Now, some of you may recall, it may have even been around this time last year. Don't quite remember. There were some videos going around the internet about HAARP. And the government's using HAARP to create these crazy storms with tornadoes. And it's the government. And this guy named Dutch Sense is on YouTube. And he found these radar rings. Oh, excuse me. Not radar rings. HAARP rings. And it's these HAARP rings that are causing these damn storms. And, oh my God, the government's doing it. And I had to do a video just like I did yesterday about the mass arrest being complete nonsense. Well, guess what? With his 20,000 subscriber base at the time, I had to call out his nonsense too, because I don't like people buying the garbage, the deceit, the fake crap. So I said, time to do a video. It's a little straying away from what I do, but because somebody is deceiving a lot of people, and I know he is and can prove it, and capture my screen as I show you how it's nonsense, I felt obligated to help humanity out. And my videos are still there in regards to Dutch Sense. And long story short on that is that I'm trying to think if I can even remember the website, weatherradar.com, and there was another one, I think. Anyways, the NEXRAD, N-E-X-RAD, R-A-D, NEXRAD radar locations, everywhere he claimed was a HAARP ring, coincidentally, was the precise location at the center of that HAARP ring where a NEXRAD radar station was located. Most of which were where airports are, even small airports, but some, hey, there's no airport there. Explain that one, J-Snip. Oh, no problem. I'll go to the NEXRAD, www, whatever it was. I don't remember the website now. It's in my video back then, by the way, if you want to go find it. And, oh, let me zoom in on my screen. Oh, look, here's a NEXRAD location, not in an airport, precisely where this radar ring was. It's not a HAARP ring, it's a radar ring. Case closed, lies and deceit, and of course I have a bunch of people come over, oh, you just lie, you just don't like, you just don't, same crap I'm getting right now with that video I did yesterday, and strangely enough, almost all day long now, it's been stuck at 1,500 views, yet there's been newer comments, of some more thumbs up and thumbs down on that. And it's interesting to see that I've got a quarter, right now at least currently, a quarter of the voting on that video I did yesterday about the mass arrests, which are not going to be happening. A quarter of the people gave me thumbs down. Now that's interesting, because I am Realist News. I don't have time for hopium, for feel-good crap, just like I didn't with Dutch Sense and his nonsense, which I basically should change his name from Dutch Sense to Nonsense. And I tried being very nice to him, sending him private messages behind the scene. Listen, dude, let me show you where these HAARP rings are coming. Didn't want no part of it. Banned me. No more commenting on Dutch Sense. Banned. I was just simply referring him to the website that I used. Dude, where you're calling these things HAARP rings, check this out. I think you're being misinformed on this, because wherever I see these HAARP rings on your videos, and I've been following several of them, every single time, they're at this radar station location called NEXRAD. And they're all over the country. Banned. Never let the truth get in the way of a good lie, huh? So, I would like to tell everybody that I went ahead and painfully listened to the 3-hour interview, in which I already told you I read the summary all over the internet. The same people, or not the same people, but the same story from different people saying the same thing about the summary. It's exactly what was said, but I sat there through that nonsense painfully for 3 hours this morning listening to it, and came away with nothing different than what the summary said, and I still stand by that. Now, it's interesting because some of the things I was reading was saying that for sure it starts in April, the mass arrest. But other places, and if you listen to this interview, it's not really specific. Just soon. Funny, because I've been hearing that same thing for years now. And he even goes to quote, in the interview, the White Knights group. Oh, you mean the same White Knights that I used in my damn video to debunk that garbage and tell you how false they were with their crap, and I had to call them out, and I also got banned. And again, I didn't call them out like mean. I just gave a little opinion and said, listen, here's why, it's not accurate, And sure enough, the days and months, now it's been probably, I don't even know, 8 months, maybe a year. I got banned off of that. You never let the truth get in the way of a good scam going on to scam the suckers. So here I am, again, listening to this guy, and hey, his name is Drake. Oh, Drake, yeah, that's right, that's what the name was. So I went ahead and found he was on Blog Talk Radio, the Freedom's Truth something network. I don't even remember the name of it. But I downloaded the little interview, and I only got within about 30 minutes of it, and it's 172 minutes long. I was only able, because it was at the end of the day, to get into about 35 or so minutes. And in that 35 or so minutes, I downloaded that whole video or audio and then cut out 3 specific sections that are just a few minutes long each. Maybe one's 1 minute, one's 2 minutes, one's 5 minutes or 4 minutes. And I want you fools, you idiots, you bozos who are calling me out on this, that I'm wrong and I don't have the faith. You're damn right I don't have the faith. And I don't smoke hopium or any other drug or fake feel-good crap. I keep it real. I am Realist News. You can look at me as if I don't have, my emotions are gone. I'm just strictly a computer. Data in, data out. I don't care what your religious belief is. I don't care if you believe in God or not. I don't care if you believe in aliens or not. I don't care anything. Give me the data. I analyze the data, and I try to stick with facts only, if possible. And we'll go with that. And then, well, what about the webbot, man? That thing's crazy. That thing's not always right. You're right. But I analyze the data. I sit back. Holy crap, he got that thing right. Wow, right on the money. The financial collapse of 2008. On the very day he said it would happen. Oh, my God. This is a software program. I'm going to pay attention. See? See how that works? You stand back. You wait. Listen. Observe. Is it crap? Like David Wilcock and Benjamin Fulford have been for the last several years. And one thing that some of you people may not recognize about me, specifically those who, you are giving me the thumbs down and you don't agree with what I'm saying. And I've had some very nice comments even to me in YouTube that still disagree with what I said. And again, that's fine. We can agree to disagree. But if I analyze everything, same process, data in, science, facts, whatever it is, video evidence, okay, read it, listen, okay, it's in my head, prediction made, and he hits it, whatever it is. Hey, I'm going to listen to this guy again, see where he goes. Now, David Wilcock and Benjamin Fulford, I've known about those guys, in case you're wondering, since they've been on the internet and talking about these things. That's how long ago I have found them and listened to them and heard what they had to say. I know David Wilcock's whole story, and he claimed he was the reincarnated late and great Edgar Cayce at one point. I don't know if he's still spewing that nonsense now. I mean, he has a 0 track record. How about Benjamin Fulford? They've made massive predictions, both of them. 0 track record. And you fools are telling me I don't have faith and I need to believe and I have the proof. Go back and listen to the things that they said would happen and this and that. None of it. Not one damn thing. And I lost, I think, probably 300 subscribers based on that video I did alone yesterday. Are my feelings hurt? Not a chance in hell. But it was shocking to see that many people upset by something that I said and backed up. And as I'm backing up now. They have 0 track record of anything. The freaking computer program WebBot is 1,000 times better than them. And it's a freaking program, for God's sakes. Lindsey Williams, phenomenal track record. So I sit back, listen, he got it right, sit back, listen, he got another thing right, now I'm hooked, another thing right, okay. Now I can make videos on YouTube and let everybody know I've got a source of information that will blow you away. This guy's right all the damn time. And then I share it with you, and people find out about him. And then, of course, people get upset with his thing. Oh, I got my new DVD set. Folks, call now and get my new DVD set. You don't have to call. You don't have to do anything. He allows everyone to download them for free. Once they're on the internet, or whoever puts them on there, he allows you to put them on the internet and share them for free. For God's sakes, if the guy can't make a little bit of money for doing this huge deed and helping himself stock gold, silver, food, whatever he's doing with it. I mean, fine. I bought 2 sets of his DVDs, and I already knew I could get them for free. Just out of respect for the guy. So, back on track here, I find a little Blog Talk audio of this guy Drake, the insider that we were speaking about yesterday with the mass arrest. That's who the insider is to David Wilcock, Mr. Drake. Ooh, oh hey, 31st of last month, just a few days, 2-3 days ago, right? He's got some information. We're going to take calls and we're going to take chat room questions. Oh man, he's got good stuff. Let's hear these 2 people, this lady and him, talk about whatever it is. So I said, okay. Listened to it for 35 minutes and went back and cut 3 pieces out of that to let you hear this damn bozo convince you that he's going to be right. Now, yeah. Let's go ahead and listen to this. Let me make this a little louder because I'm just going to play it straight off the computer here, out of my speakers. And I will be stopping and pausing to comment. And I hope a lot of you who gave me the thumbs down and 300 subscribers who left, if you happen to watch this, you punch yourself in the mouth with reality.
Another question. After the bad guys are arrested and everything else, that, they blame me. Drake said will happen does happen. Does this mean it will also be an end to smart meters, chemtrail spraying, Agenda 21, NDAA, the Patriot Act, surveillance in our homes through smart appliances, food, He's got quite a list. Okay, yes, it means an end to all the garbage because they don't need to do that. Now, I'm going to add a little something about an E.T. Story that I heard that was relayed by somebody who I know is reliable. In other words, they saw it.
Somebody he knows. I have a source. So David Wilcock has a source. That source has a source who's reliable. You remember that song, REO Speedwagon? I heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend who heard it from another bozo you've been messing around. Seriously? Let me continue. Maybe it's good information. It probably is. Let's go ahead and continue. Let me back that up just a few seconds so I don't cut you off again there.
Relayed by somebody who I know is reliable. In other words, they saw it. And E.T. was going along behind a chemtrail plane, scooping up the chemtrail, snorting it or whatever they do. I don't know how they work.
E.T. was going behind a chemtrail plane and snorting it up, or scooping it up or snorting it up. I'm not sure how they work. But your reliable source didn't tell you how they work. Okay, let me continue.
Eventually it got tired of the diet or whatever, or maybe some of the guys on board got indigestion. I don't know. However, it fired some sort of a, quote, beam-type energy device.
I'm going to probably back that up so you can hear him say that he thinks the individuals, the creatures on board, may have gotten indigestion from a goddamn chemtrail. And this is the son of a gun you stupid, silly bastards are listening to as legitimate and bad-mouthing me and recommending you guys unsubscribe from Jason at 4 because he doesn't believe in the hopium, the fake news that we just acquired, and this guy's like the Messiah all of a sudden. I just crapped on your religion and proved it. But because it's your religion, no, you can crap on all you want. That's my belief. Leave me alone. And Jason at 4, you don't believe in it, so I don't like you anymore. No, I don't believe in crap. I believe in the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. I'm going to back that up again and listen to that freaking carefully. You freaking imbeciles. I'm not calling everybody an imbecile. I'm specifically calling those people, which again, as I get the thumbs down, all these comments come out of nowhere. Oh, I don't like you, this and that. Huh? That's funny. I don't recognize that guy's name or that girl's name. Never heard of them before. Oh, there's another one. Never heard of him either. Huh, funny. Oh, this one's a real good one. This bozo just joined 2 days ago on YouTube and then is commenting on my video already like he's been around the block or something. I mean, so let me back that up. I think I've interjected enough on that one. Let's start over.
They saw it. And E.T. was going along behind a chemtrail plane, scooping up the chemtrail, They're snorting it or whatever they do. I don't know how they work. And basically it got tired of the diet or whatever, or maybe some of the guys on board got indigestion. I don't know. However, it fired some sort of a, quote, beam-type energy device, and the chemtrail-spraying plane started smoking. The thing fired again, and it started smoking a little more. Then E.T. just simply followed it to the ground and hovered over there and then left. There was no reports on that date of any kind of a crash, accident, disappearance of an airplane. This is not a little airplane. These are the bigger, like 737 minimum, 737 size. So it ain't no little deal. But I thought everybody would like to hear that E.T. is taking exception to these chemtrail people too, and apparently doing something about it.
That's number one. I've got two more. If you're not already punching your silly mouth loose for believing in this horse crap, I'm going to wait a second. I'll give you 5 seconds to do it now and slap the hell out of yourself silly. Knock some damn sense back into your freaking head, you bozo. Okay, now that we're back on that, let's continue to see what this awesome source of David Wilcock, Mr. Drake, who you just heard, sounds like freaking Larry the Cable Guy, put on the spot to talk about something and has to come up with something quickly. For God's sakes, did you hear that? Did you hear what he said? These ETs are following chemtrail planes and sucking them up and snorting them, and I think the crew of the ET craft got indigestion and had to stop? Holy crap! Are you kidding me? You believe this crap, and you guys are... If any of my subscribers are into this crap, as of right now, as of hearing that one, I don't even have to continue with the other two right now. If you are still into this guy, hey, I think he's on to something. This guy might be right with the mass arrest and everything. Stop the video right now and hit unsubscribe immediately. Okay, let me continue. Let's go to the next video, or audio, excuse me.
We do have to deal with this stuff. Okay, another question. I'm just curious if you could release at this time some information on when these mass arrests will start. I'm not looking for an exact date. I know we'll make announcements, but he can give us a month. No.
No, you know
what? If I
what,
have any kind of a time frame, it's going to screw with the plan that's in place that they're working on real hard now. Yeah.
They're working on the bad guys are working on a plan. We can't release the exact date because it won't work if we do, that they're going to be arrested. Why would that matter? As he says, and by the way, in the original 3-hour video, he says, quote, federal marshals will be the ones handling business with the arrests, with the backing of the military and other agencies. Go ahead and open up your browser, Internet Explorer, Firefox, whatever you use, and go to Google and type in quotes, federal marshal, end quote. And you'll notice, or you can just, without the quotes, federal marshal. You'll notice that nothing comes up on federal marshal. But the government website for U.S. Marshals does in fact come up. But that's not what he's talking about. It is a federal marshal, and if you listen to his interview for 3 freaking hours, he talks about it. Well, what? And then David Wilcock asks him, well, where's the federal marshal? Is that like out of the CIA, the FBI? Where do these guys come out of? And he stumbles and well, it's federal, and it's and I think he said something about National Security Agency or something. He finally spits it out after bumbling and fumbling. He doesn't have the answer. This is a typical response of someone who is being questioned, who doesn't have an answer, and is put on the spot and says, "Oh crap, I got to come up with something." There's no such thing as a federal marshal. Yet he's claiming federal marshals are going to come get him, or come get these guys and do the mass arrests. There are U.S. Marshals, not, quote, federal marshals. You would know the difference. And if he meant and comes out later, says, well, I meant U.S. Marshals, then you could say, well, then why did you stutter and say it was somewhere on the National Security Agency or something else? It was a whole different branch. U.S. Marshals everyone knows about them. They have their own branch. You didn't say that. Well, that's what I meant. He may say something like that. So he's caught again by Jason at 4. As if I don't have better things to be doing than focusing on this crap. But because I care about people, hey, I want to make sure people aren't being deceived. I can't stand somebody who takes advantage of somebody else. I can't stand it. It pisses me off so much. And that's why I did the whole video series, or 3 or 4 videos, on Dutchsinse destroying his crap about harp rings. Excuse me. But there's still a massive amount of sheep who don't care. I'm going to follow him. I like his message, and I'm going to follow him anyways. But it's wrong. I don't care. You bozos go to church on Sunday. The Bible says Sabbath day. I don't care. All the churches do Sunday. I'm doing it on Sunday. Easter, pagan holiday. October, your favorite. Well, maybe not your favorite. Halloween, Christmas, pagan. Everybody does it. My church celebrates it. I'm going to do it anyways. But I just exposed it. It's wrong. Now you should learn your lesson. I don't care. It makes me feel good and I like it. I'm going to do it anyways. Therefore, why would I expect any different response when I expose something that people with the hopium, the same hope and faith, because that faith in religion ties into faith in whatever the other belief is, in this belief system, that the Andromedan Council and the White Knights are going to come down and they're going to fix planetary issues. Oh, so we've got another savior figure. Hey, I don't have to do videos anymore. Pastor Dowell. I should call him on the phone right now. Pastor Dowell, stop doing videos. Stop. We won. Huh? What are you talking about, Brother Joe? The White Knights and the Andromedan Council from the Pleiades, or wherever the hell the Andromeda. Wait a minute. Wasn't that Clash of the Titans where the Andromeda thing came from? Nah. We don't have to do anything. They're going to come do it for us, so we can just sit back and listen to David Wilcock and his buddy now Drake, and his Drake, who heard it from a friend, who heard it from a friend, who heard it from another, that aliens have been messing around. You're out late every weekend. They say... He says the mass arrests are happening, but he won't say when. He's putting on his bedroom eyes. Or he's putting on his white lies, and then his bedroom eyes. For God's sakes. He can't say when now. Let me continue.
Every bit of information that can be given out has been given from me, and I refuse to endanger anybody in either that's associated with our group or military or whatever operation.
I'd like to make one
murders in this already. Oh, go, Terry.
And listen to this lady, who's like his pal. They're buddies on this. Have you ever seen the movie Goonies? And Mama Fratelli, follow them size 5s. Mama Fratelli, I think, is the host on this show, even though she died in real life. And you think about this, they're on Blog Talk. This guy came out of nowhere, claims he knows people. There's a plan in place. We can't tell you when. It'll be soon. Benjamin Fulford, it'll be real soon. It's going to happen any day now, and it still hasn't happened. Let me just continue.
You know that document that went out, what to do, what not to do, etc., etc. It was great. We really don't know who wrote it.
The document they're speaking of, if you go to their Mr. Drake and his buddy, whatever, website, there's this big document, what to do and what not to do. When this event goes down and the arrests take place and everything's going on, what to do, what not to do, they got it all laid out as if it was their idea. And now she's saying, well, it wasn't even our idea. Someone submitted it somewhere and we took it. We took it and used it and ran with it. So this isn't Drake's idea, the insider, who claims he has this whole giant plan going with all these different groups and the military is involved and they're going to arrest people and... Yeah, right. And now she's saying that the document, they're on the front page of the website, this is what we're about, this is what to do, this is the information. We didn't even come up with it. As a matter of fact, we don't even know who the hell gave it to us. We decided to run with it. Again, if you're onto this crap and you still believe this after this video and after the crap that I just showed you out of that stupid son of a gun's mouth who's deceiving you, hit the unsubscribe button. I don't care if I have 5 subscribers left. I don't care. I'm not going to put up with this crap, and I'm not going to believe in this garbage either. So let me continue.
But we liked it, and actually I shared it with a group of people from one of our calls the other night, and it ended up just going viral because, again, we don't know who wrote it. Just about everything in there was accurate, except that we do not know where the claim of arrest by April came from. That may be wishful thinking. It may be true. We do not know.
That's where the April date came from, by the way. It may be true. It may not be true. We don't know. We didn't put it in there. So why is she saying it may be true, but it may not be true? If you guys know the date, but he can't give it because they don't want to tip off the bad guys, why even bring up the word April at all? Or, better yet, completely say there's no way it was April. I don't know who came up with that. It's not going to happen. I can tell you that much for sure. That way you can throw off the elite. Oh, good. It's not April. We got time to think, guys. We can figure out something so we don't get arrested. And then you get them in April. She is now admitting April came from somewhere, but we don't know where. But it was from the same source as this fantastic paperwork that we're using. But that last piece about April, we're not going to go with that. Can you see this crap now for what it is? I feel terrible for people. And it makes me mad because I'm against lying to people, manipulating people for any reason whatsoever. And I have to, and when I see it, I'm going to expose it. Even though it may not be what JSNP 4 focuses on, like you've seen before. I didn't keep doing Dutch sense videos. I did 3 of them or so, and that was it. I covered it. I'm done. Moving on. I don't care if anyone messages me about it again. I'm done. And the same thing's going to happen with this crap. This Andromedan Council and the White Knights. Thank you, White Knights. The same damn example I used in my video. Thank you, White Knights. Said crap over a year ago, whatever it was. I commented then. It's not going to happen. I got banned immediately. And I was nice the way I put it. I didn't try to be smart aleck or nothing. Banned. Just like Dutch Sense. Banned. JSNP 4 ain't banning nobody. Look at Bozo Beast. I let that bozo comment all over the place. Badmouthing me. You should see some of the stuff he writes me behind the scenes. This guy attacks me personally. I still don't do. I keep it. I don't know. You know what? Let him speak. Time will tell. But me, I'm just trying to have a conversation with someone, and I may not agree with what you're saying, and I want you to look at something that is why I don't agree with you, and it's very powerful why you should look at it. Nope. Banned. Don't have time for that. Never let the truth get in the way of a good fake story.
So we need to make that little correction. We did not declare that they would all be completed in April. Okay, go ahead, Drake.
That they wouldn't all be completed in April, which makes you think that, well, there's already been some. And I've actually had people commenting right now on some of these other videos that are on the same thing, not my video, that I've also commented on, saying, hey, I just did a video about this. This ain't going to happen. What are you talking about? There's already been arrests made. Bankers, specifically. Bankers, really. So I replied to 2 of them, different people who said the same thing. Could you give me a source of that information? Because I keep up with this stuff, and I haven't heard anything about any major banker or politician or anything else being arrested right now. The only thing I've heard about recently was Berlusconi and some kind of scandal. Your typical standard political scandal. He's been having sex with a 17-year-old, you know, paid her $40,000. Oh, no, that was for her to start a business. Right. But that's not what this is. That doesn't count if he gets arrested for having sex with a 17-year-old. That's not a mass banker arresting. No. Wrong. And nor did they even use that as an example. I am still waiting an answer of show me some data, news article, link, anything, picture, or anything of bankers getting arrested recently. No response. Standard procedure. Kind of like when Pastor Dow gives out his thing, I challenge anyone to prove me wrong in all these things. Oh, I'll prove you wrong. Oh, I can't prove him wrong. Can't get a hold of him. Gone. No contact. See you later. Typical.
You. Real source of laws piece together, compelling alternative countermeasures with corrupt legal and financial systems we find ourselves plagued by in today's world. I'd be very interested to hear my perspective on the work. Well, to be honest about financial, the whole of the reset process is going to change our financial system. So any work that's been done in that area other than at high levels, and I'm going to suggest internationally, are something that we're going to have to wait to find out about.
Kind of like Nancy Pelosi. We have this great bill, this health care bill and all this crap. We know you want to know what's inside of it. Okay? But you can't we can't tell you what's inside until we pass it. It's like a surprise. Once we pass it, then you can go online and see what's in it. Okay? Yeah. Are these people serious? Did he just pull a Nancy Pelosi on us? Yes, he did. Let's go to the next and final clip.
Right?
One of the people has come up with the issue of super soldiers, drones, or whatever you want to call them.
Super soldiers or drones or whatever you want to call them. He's referring to like cloned killers, you know, big massive amounts of clones in an underground base probably or some military facility that are going to be unleashed on the people because they know the military. This is how that whole conspiracy is, by the way. I mean, he's not saying it, but in case you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, I'm going to tell you what he's referring to. Drones, clones of human beings of somehow that are programmed to basically be super soldiers and just take orders and do what they need to do because they know that the regular military won't be able to do that to us citizens. That's what he's talking about. So, back that up a little bit.
Right?
One of the people has come up with the issue of super soldiers, drones, or whatever you want to call them, and wants to know exactly how concerned everybody should be. Don't worry about it. Those matters are going to be taken care of as well.
Those matters are going to be taken care of as well. So thank you, White Knights, the Andromedan Council, in your group, who is the nameless group. Don't know how many numbers we have. We work with other groups, but we are not those other groups. But we do work with other groups. And the federal marshals will be leading the arrests. And the clones of human beings, super soldier, things that they've made in a laboratory, they'll be dealt with as well. He's not saying that that's complete nonsense. I don't know what, honestly, I don't know what you're talking about. It's not part of our plan as arresting bankers. If this guy's focused on bankers and arresting the bankers, why is he so knowledgeable about the craziest of crazy conspiracy theories? And even if the chemtrails, which we all know are true, it's still a conspiracy theory that someone who's interested in going after bankers really wouldn't care about. Super soldiers created in a laboratory, clones, drones, whatever you want to call them, as he said, whatever you want to call them. That's not something that a person or group of people who want to fix the United States and the financial system would normally know about, at least not in my opinion, and be at a level where he's at to lead the charge and get all the groups together and then help the federal marshals do their thing. And meanwhile, if you look around today in recent times, the laws that are being passed in states, some states and federal laws, executive orders, going right along, just boom, right along, right as planned. You guys over here fill those bozos with hope and faith that this whole thing will get fixed and they don't have to do anything and the White Knights are going to come save them. And we'll continue doing our dirty deed here. And by the time they realize they've been freaking deceived, it'll be far too late. We will already have our one world currency. We will already have our World War III going. And then they'll come out and say, well, who the hell was this Drake guy? And who the hell was David Wilcock? And who the hell was Benjamin Fulford? Who are they? 3 human beings that deceived the hell out of you. That's who they are.
The people that we deal with are at a level that they are well aware of everything. If not one, another one. So and they've put their heads together in terms of this effort. They've had to. So I wouldn't be concerned about that issue. Now, last question. Foreign troops already here, now what? We've got some things that's going to come out, and I would suggest everybody go to David Wilcock's site, Divine Cosmos, and read his next article. It's going to deal with a combination of things, primarily what's called divine intervention. And I've already got a report from one of my people that stated that there were 2 battalions of opposing forces online, facing each other, guns ready. Both sides were given the order to fire. Everybody pulled the trigger and it went click. Now, you can't, that's not possible to have that much ammunition that don't work. So that's the sort of thing that you have to bear in mind in terms of the tank don't start, so how you going to get it on the battlefield? You try to shoot a missile and nothing works. All of this sort of thing has to be taken into account. Now, the other part is this. I've been involved in a lot of what would be considered covert or semi-covert operations in terms of people giving me news that needed to be outed.
In terms of people giving him news that needs to be outed. You don't think there's some paid shills giving him the news that the boys, the club, want to give him to fleece and manipulate the sheeple, and he's buying it all up. Oh, these guys are ex-military, and these are my sources. My sources. He's telling you right now, I'm getting my information from other people. We'll call them sources. Kind of like MSNBC, CNN, Fox News, Reuters, Associated Press. Sources say Assad slaughtered 15 civilians today. Sources say the sun blew up today. So who the hell is sources? Sources say. That's kind of like Simon said. Simon says, raise your right hand. Simon says, raise your left hand. Simon says, hop on a foot. Touch your head. Oh, Simon didn't say. Is that what the hell this crap is? Is that what his sources say? Sources say something, and I'm going to repeat it because it resonates with me, and I'm going to talk about the Andromedans and the White Knights and these fictitious fantasy things. So all of a sudden, they're going to come down and help us too. That's part of the story. There's help, divine intervention, and it's not divine in the way of like Jesus Christ returning or God or something. That's not what is meant. Divine, if you go to David Wilcock, it's going to be some kind of Andromedan, light workers. They're going to call it whatever the hell they want to call it. So my question would be, well, human beings have been around the planet for quite a while now. And why haven't they come down and fixed things? Why would they wait till right now? Matter of fact, we did have 9/11, which we know was an inside job. Why didn't they stop that? We slaughter people all the time and call it, casualty of war. Sorry about that. Afghanistan, I don't even want to go there. Pakistan, drone strike after drone strike. Oh, we believe we killed 2 bad guys, but a family of 15 died. Why would that be allowed to happen? How about World War II? No? World War I? How about the United States dropping 2 nuclear bombs on Japanese cities 2 separate times? Civilians left and right dead. Yeah. No divine intervention. But now there's going to be divine intervention from, again, not a religious source, but from the light workers, the White Knights, the Andromedan Council, the Galactic Federation of Light. After hearing this crap, I've spoken with my boss, and he's on the same page as far as we want to get some Tennessee property together. And I done compiled a list of very good sites that me and him will go and take a look at in the coming few weeks. And we're going to end up getting something. And if it means selling my silver or a portion of my silver or even most of my silver in order to do it, right now, even though we're in the $30 range of silver, I don't care, because I have got to get away from the sheeple bozo masses, which included some of my subscribers that have now left, or some people who are not happy with JSnip4's analysis of this guy Drake. And you read it, you want to believe it, it sounds good, I want that so bad, I hope it comes. The back of your mind's telling you, I don't know. But God, it's perfect. It'll fix everything. The financial system will be reset. All my debt will go away. God, that would be so great. The only way that happens is if a massive, enormous solar flare flies off the sun, destroys communications, destroys satellite, and it is forcefully done. It will not be willfully done. It will be forcefully done by an outside force such as the freaking sun before it will ever be happened by any bankers or good guys and bad guys. I cannot believe Big Swear, of all people, bought into this horse crap, because a lot of what he talks about is good stuff. He does his research. He makes very good points. And he says, oh, it's what we're talking about, guys. Here's the good guys. Here's the thing from the good guys. Oh, let me go public. Let me go click on his public link on the website. Oh no, not the Wilcock. Oh no! That's about how I reacted when I saw that. It is incredible how bad people want something that is so fake. You ever thought when you were a kid or something, oh God, I wish I could fly. Man, if I could fly. You want it so bad, or you had a dream that was so real. Man, I thought I had a freaking Corvette sitting out there. I had my new boat. I had to actually go outside and look. I thought it was sitting in the driveway. It was such a real dream. And then it wasn't there. Damn, it was a letdown. Because that damn dream was flawless. It was so fun in that boat in my dream. I thought it was so real. I wanted it. I believed in it. I believed in it so much that when I came back to reality from sleeping, I actually had to step outside and go look. You ever have one of those dreams? I have. I know people who have, so don't pretend like, oh, I've never had something like, yes, you have. Where you actually have to take a double look at something. Did I really have it? No, it was just a freaking dream. Wow, God, I thought I really had that. You want it so bad. You want it to be the truth so bad that you will protect it and pretend, as my other story said, you will pretend it's the truth because it makes you feel good. Well, I got news for you. If you want to feel good, don't come over here, listen to my videos, because some of them may make you feel good, some of them may not, like the one that we just dealt with yesterday. And now this one, which is even 10, 15 minutes longer than that one, because I have a lot to tell you about, and I provided evidence. And as I said, I watched the full 3 hours. I went ahead and did it. Fair enough. Guys are complaining I didn't watch it or listen to it. I know what the summary says. The same thing is said everywhere. Okay. First thing in the morning, click play. Sitting there listening to the whole thing. I wasn't disturbed, didn't have to stop for nothing. I listened to it all. Came away with a few more pieces of evidence for me to say this guy is more of a bozo than I thought. And the people who are against me on this, I feel sorry for you. That's all I can tell you. Including some very nice people who left me very nice messages on YouTube who just didn't agree. And again, I'm not saying you have to agree, because anyone can disagree about anything. But I just gave you some stuff here. You want to go listen back? Do I need to play the one about the... I need to. You guys need me to play the one about the chemtrails. I hear you. I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it for you.
Another question. After the bad guys are arrested and everything else, that, they blame me. Drake said will happen, does happen. Does this mean it will also be an end to smart meters, chemtrail spraying, Agenda 21, NDAA, the Patriot Act, surveillance in our homes through smart appliances, food, he's got quite a list. Okay, yes, it means an end to all the garbage because they don't need to do that. Now, I'm going to add a little something about an E.T. Story that I heard that was relayed by somebody who I know is reliable. In other words, they saw it. And E.T. was going along behind a chemtrail plane, scooping up the chemtrail, or snorting it, or whatever they do. I don't know how they work. And eventually it got tired of the diet or whatever, or maybe some of the guys on board got indigestion. I don't know.
it got tired of the diet or got indigestion. Ladies and gentlemen, bozos and girls, there's your source of information regarding the mass arrest. And as you heard, April was the date, but that we said it wasn't us, but we don't know where the date came from, but we like the whole rest of it, so we're keeping that, but we're not keeping the date. We didn't say that, so we're not going to go there. Oh, really? And your guy doesn't know. Oh, he knows. Can't tell you. Just like for the last 5, 6, whatever years, from old, I used to read it every day on 4 wins 10, the number 10 at the end, not TEN, but 10. 4 FOR wins, as in wind blowing. 4 wins, it's all spelled out, and then the end 10 is not spelled out, it's just 10. 4wins10.com, update, poofness update. Dove, the packies are in the mail. Up the Bushes got it again. This time the Queen stopped it. Oh, this crap's been going on for years. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me for 5 years straight, put a damn bullet in my head.